Yo guys, what's up? So really been wanting to do this for a while. I've already done a couple of videos, but I haven't posted them or really talked about them until really Kollegah came out with this song. And just a little bit about me with Kollegah is really the first German artist that I was introduced to, and that was back in 2013. And since then, this is crazy. I've listened to either Kollega or German music every single day since 2013. Um, and I I don't know why I had to explain it. I've always been like kind of, a curious person, interested in languages. I think languages are beautiful. I think the way that they work are really fascinating. Um, And I took a German course actually in high school, and the teacher was awful. And it really turned me off of German for like a couple years. I have a friend, uh, you know, we took German together, even in like eighth grade or something. But like I hated those teachers. They were so bad. But it wasn't until like I really got into the German music that I was like, wow, like it was like a new motivation to really want to learn German and build kind of on like that entry level that I already got from the shitty classes. Um, so Kollega really is the first German artist that I've known. So um, this is special to me just because it sounds so corny, but this really like over the years I've slowly like learned more and more German, and his music has been like I really started appreciating his music more and more and more. Like back when I first heard him, it's just like listening, like, wow, that sounds pretty cool, and like, my friend would tell me, hey, this is what this means. I'm like, nice. But now it's like, now I can really appreciate it. And I want to share it, because I share it with my other American friends, and I can't, I swear to God, like, independently, people have said, like, wow, this song is so good. Like, I wish I knew what they were saying, or oh, this beat is so sick. Like, the Germans, they know what they're doing, or whatever. So, um, no more waiting. Finally, gonna get right into this. Kollegah Alphagentik just released this video. Well, not just released. It was like last week. On his for Alphagena II, which was one of his like earlier albums, I believe. I got King was my first album. I got King, and then I got what came after that? Uh, why am I blanking? I don't know. I don't remember. But this I've had every single album. I've gotten every album that's come out since King, and then I also got Boss and Jopige II. Love them all, but it's been a while since Kollega's really released a song like this. Just like really, really sophisticated punchlines, uh, really intelligent like word plays, and I think he's so much like Eminem, the German Eminem. Just the way that he plays with the words, he connects lines, and his flow is so good. You see the beat is really good in this song. I've already seen this video, so this is not a reaction. This is an analysis in my interpretation of it, what I think about it. So let's go as we play the video. I'm gonna break down the text, or at least do my best, and let's see what you guys think. So yeah, you see the Canadian flag. It's just like the theme, I guess, with Alphagena. I'm not really sure why. I know he's half Canadian, but he's got this the leaf. The Canadian leaf is like the whole theme of the Alphagena albums.
Ey, der Bossback, all black wie Outer Space. Groupie Hoes sind aufgedreht wie das Soundsystem. Links die Tommy Gun, rechts der Dobermann. Und keiner fasst mich an, als wär ich ein Hologramm. Dieses
That is so good. So, Nutte keiner fasst mich an, als wäre ich ein Hologramm. Like, literally, hologram, right? Is like this, like, this little light projection, and he's referring to his status as like one of the best rappers in Germany, and how literally nobody can touch him. He's untouchable, like a hologram. You know, you physically can't touch a hologram because it's not there. It's just a projection. So he's just referring to himself as this like godly figure, and I think that's goes along with the theme, I guess, of like Alphagene, which is this like it's in his DNA. So he says, you know, that he's just like the Übermensch in the rap scene.
Game ist wie Splinter Cell voll Ratten. Die Lampe an der Körner schmeißt den Weg in einer blinden Welt voll Schatten. Kriminell unterm Himmelszelt bei Winterkälte, pinker Pelz voll Knarren. Ey, wie Game of Thrones, ein Winterfell voll Waffen in der Hut.
Ey, wie Game of Thrones, ein Winterfell voll Waffen. This one's awesome. This is really why I like Kollegah as well, because he always references these like science, you know, the sci-fi themes. Like he's got so many Star Wars references, Game of Thrones. Like right now, he just said in the ein pinker Pelz voll Knarren, and I guess Knarren is like slang for weapons. And then he goes further into it, says wie Game of Thrones, like Game of Thrones, ein Winterfell voll Waffen. So literally, Winterfell, like Winterfell, right? Full Waffen, weapons, full of weapons. But if you split up Winterfell, you get Winterfell, winter like pelt's coat, you know. As you see, he's got here, full of weapons, like ein Winterfell voll Waffen. And that's just a really good, really nice wordplay, because obviously Winterfell is like this like really strong, protected structure. Again, like referring to himself and the weapons inside his Winterfell. I really like this one.
Ey, wie Game of Thrones, ein Winterfell voll Waffen, in der Hut ist es eiskalt. Will man es rausschaffen, pusht man das weiße Motor im Kreis an. Weshalb ich Uzis dabei hab, euch fehlt hier der Humor, doch was könnte lustiger sein als eine Hutschießerei Spaß, bei der dann Folgendes geschieht: 31 Bullets für Snitches, goldenes Prinzip, graue Wolken schicken.
Just like a quick thing about this, like he says 31 bullets for snitches, goldenes Prinzip. This is like this is a really recurring theme in a lot of German rap, right? So 31 is like, it's like an article. I think that you can, when you plead guilty in some sort of case, you know, at least in Germany, we have the same thing. I don't know what it's called in America, but in Germany, when you plead guilty to some sort of like criminal offense, you can get a deal, right? You get this plea deal where if you tell, you know, the police some more information about who you're affiliated with criminally, they give you like a lesser sentence, or they let you off, you know. So 31er is someone who goes with this like plea deal, much like what 6ix9ine did, you know, recently. And what's also funny is that Kollegah in Farid Bang is also his like his best partner, his best friend or whatever. They've done so much music together. Farid Bang did a song with 6ix9ine like a couple months before he got arrested, and then you know, like the Game later did, after 6ix9ine got arrested, did a game with Farid Bang, and the Game, and you know, because he's from New York just like 6ix9ine, I know they were like beefing, or like the Game was calling him out and stuff, and so the Game, in the Game's verse in Farid Bang's song, he said they got him to say the 31er because they were referring to 6ix9ine. So I guess I would say, like, you know, 6ix9ine obviously lost so much respect for that, and like the rap scene, definitely in Germany too. But I've never heard Kollegah actually make the snitches, the 31er reference before. I could be wrong, but this is the first time I heard it, and maybe it has to do with Farid Bang and if Fari Bang meant 6'9", I'm sure Kollegah has meant 6'9". So just a little background info there.
Krieg plus Gewaltakte täglich, maskuliner Abzugsfingernutte, Alphagenetik. Meine Fußstapfen zu groß auf dem Weg, den ich beschreite. Im Kampf gegen Hyänen ist ein Wolf an meiner Seite. 1000 Freunde, 1000 Feinde ist im Endeffekt das Gleiche. Ich töte mit dem Alphagen zur Melodie der Geige.
So you see him here. He's on his throne, you know, his Canadian throne, in this nice golden chain. He does a box. He puts out this box every year where you can get the album, and it comes with like some goodies. I got it last year as well. I got it 2 times. But this year he already announced, you know, the first object in there is going to be this one, this Leafkette, die goldene Leafkette or something like that. But he says in the hook, this is a cool hook because he references one of his most recent signings onto his label. He says, in Kampf gegen Hyänen ist ein Wurf in meine Seite. Ist ein Wurf in meine Seite. So the wolf here, I had to look this up. I didn't figure this out. This one is really complicated. The wolf in this line is referencing Asche, who Asche, he just did a song with Asche. We heard him first on Hood Tape, Hood Tape 3, Füll die Macht, or Macht it was called, and then furthermore with the Bullets. He just released Bullets, which was like last month. Really good song. Definitely recommend listening to that. But Asche is from Chechnya, and the Chechnyan flag has a wolf on it. So he's referencing, he's saying a Kampf gegen Hyänen, hyenas, a hyena, right? Hyenas are like loud and cackling and like sneaky little, like they're annoying animals, you know. These hyenas he's referencing. These are the other rappers, you know, other German rappers, and his fight, his Kampf, his war, his battle against the hyenas. He has the wolf on his side, you know. Again, the Chechnyan wolf. So that's just a little tiny thing that I caught when I was looking up the text. I'm a really big fan of Asche. I'm looking forward to whatever he puts out soon. I hope he's on Alphagene. Hopefully he's on Alphagene, because so far I haven't heard a song from him or a feature from him, a verse that wasn't high quality. I really like Asche.
Ich töte mit dem Alphagen zur Melodie der Geige. Meine Fußstapfen zu groß auf dem Weg, den ich beschreite. Im Kampf gegen Hyänen ist ein Wolf an meiner Seite. 1000 Freunde, 1000 Feinde ist im Endeffekt das Gleiche. Ich töte mit dem Alphagen zur Melodie der Geige. Ey, ich schickte einen tschetschenischen Profikiller im Pelzkragenparker, denn es seltsam.
Ich schicke der tschetschenische Profikiller in Pelzkragenparker. So like the Chechnyan Profi-killer, professional killer. Also like a play on words. So literally, Asche, he always talks about how he's in like MMA. He's a fighter, you know. He's a fighter and now he's a rapper. So, you know, when you're a boxer or you're a fighter, you can't fight people in public. You have like licensed weapons apparently. Like your hands are weapons. So technically he's saying Asche, he's a professional killer, right? Because he could kill somebody with his hands. But also, if you don't know anything about Asche, you just listen to this line, he's like, I send the Chechnyan profi killer, the hitman, you know, in Pelz Krakenpaka, like I just send the Chechnyan hitman out, you know, to do the work. So there's also a slight double meaning there and further reference to Asche.
Wie ein LKW-Fahrer. Erst bist du 6 Monate beschattet, so wie Schweden, nur um dir dann völlig öffentlich die Fratze zu zertreten.
Also, okay, so here's another one of these really good lines. Erst wirst du 6 Monaten beschatten, so wie Schweden. This means first you'll be in like 6 months in the shadows after the Profikiller, Tschetschenien Profikiller comes. Nur deine Fratze dann öffentlich zerrete, is it? To like, so basically, it will take 6 months after your death, after I send my Profikiller, my killer, for you to finally be discovered. And now he says so wie Schweden, because apparently in like parts of Sweden, which I didn't know this before the song, they go through like half year periods where the sun is not shining, like they get partial sunlight, much like I guess you get that in Alaska, because there's they're part of the northern polar crest or something like that. So that's a really good line. He's comparing the darkness of Sweden with your disappearance, because beschatten means like to be shadowed, like to be enveloped in darkness, but also means to be like missing, missing, or like you've gone missing. So erst wirst du 6 Monaten, erst wirst du 6 Monaten beschatten, so wie Schweden. It's a tongue twister. That's a good one.
Mama nicht auf den Kiezstrich, du Ehrenloser. Leider hat das Phoenix zu bieten wie Arizona. Ein kraftloser.
So he's here again. He's playing on the theme that he uses a lot. That he's like a pimp, a Zuhälter. Ich schick deine Mutter nicht auf den Kiezstrich, du Ehrenloser. Leider hat das Phoenix zu tun wie Arizona. So Vieh is like a cattle, like a cow, So he says, and beaten means like to offer something. So he's basically saying, as a pimp, like I wouldn't even waste my time sending your mom out on the streets, because this cow, she's ugly like a cow, has nothing to offer me. But here's the wordplay. So he says, Vieh nix, like the word nichts is like nothing in German, but slang they just say nix, nix. So he says, hat das Vieh nix zu bieten wie Arizona. So obviously when you combine Vieh and nix together, you get Phoenix, like Phoenix, Arizona. Like Phoenix, Arizona. And beaten is like short talk, like slang for Gebiet, or beaten, like a territory. And so he says, Phoenix wie Arizona, like Phoenix, Arizona. Leider hat das Phoenix zu bieten wie Arizona. So again, just like really, really clever lines. Just that he's pulling like American states out of his ass. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good in my opinion. I mean, he's so clever. And this is like really why I really like him and respect him, just because as an English speaker, right, and someone who's learning German, and he's like, I would say he's been my best teacher, minus the whole like prostitution, pimping themes. I wouldn't talk about that with like the Germans mostly on the street, but like he has such a way to like present words in all of their forms, like in so many different ways. So you really get the definition, the full definition, when it's appropriate in the sentence, and then not to mention the song is catchy, so it's very hard to forget what he's saying. And back in like the early days when I first started listening to him, my goal was it was really like a challenge. One of my friends gave me, he said, you memorize this entire verse. It doesn't matter if you understand it or not, just memorize it. And I did. And I was rapping and singing along to this song, and I had no idea what I was saying. But that wasn't the point, I was really learning how to say the words, and they rhymed and they sound good. So it's like it's easier to memorize than if somebody were to place like a textbook in your face and just say like read this, read this, read this, blah blah. It's it's boring. So this was like for so many years, this was such a cool way to learn German, and now, fast forward, I'm rapping the words. You don't know what they mean, and then you look up the words as you're speaking them. You learn the definitions, and then you put it all together, and you're like, well, I know what this means. And just like over years, like accumulating like these texts and these lines, and kind of like implementing into like everyday speak. And it's really cool. It's really really cool, and it really just kind of stretches the horizon of like vocabulary compared to other artists. He's got such an awesome vocabulary and like way with the grammatic and the languages, or the language.
Loserer Mensch als ein Wachkoma-Patient. Dank dem Hebelstrich ihr Lebenslicht nur schwach lodert am Brennen. Ich seh das faule Schwein dahin vegetieren. Hetzt die Dobermänner auf sie und sie ist dahin wegen Tieren. Nicht dafür sie keinen Grund zu leben, denn sie konnte nichts außer dumm rumzustehen wie in Kunstmuseen. Das Grundproblem von Rappern ist, sie sind gottlose Menschen, die sich für Magier halten, nur weil sie Stoff ohne Ende ziehen. Verteilt Glockshots an Enemies, unterschreitet die Ghetto-Streets auf dominanteste Weise, wie Ramses der Zweite. Meine Fußstapfen zu groß auf dem Weg.
Dominanteste Weise, wie Ramses II. If you listen to a lot of Kollegah music, of course, because he likes to reference the fact that he's the king, he's always comparing to himself, and also revealing that he's really, really into history. If you remember from Imperator, he has the song Kaiser. And then of course on King, the album's called King. He's referencing Julius Caesar, Julius Gaius, as well as Pharaoh, also from Imperator, and he just Ramses II. He's always referencing these like historical kings and emperors. Which I think is pretty cool, because he's like kind of showing off his knowledge, that he's more than just a rapper. He's really really educated, and I like that he can just pull in knowledge, just pull in like references from any type of whether it's Game of Thrones or ancient Egypt. It's really cool.
Im Kampf gegen Hyänen ist ein Wolf an meiner Seite. 1000 Freunde, 1000 Feinde, ist im Endeffekt das Gleiche. Ich töte mit dem Alphagene zur Melodie der Geige.
And he says, I missed the other hook. He says, ich töte mit dem Alphagen zur Melodie der Geige. I kill with my alpha genes to the melody of the violin. So throughout the song, you hear the violins. He uses violins quite a bit, and like also like orchestral beats, which is really really cool. I don't think it's like very easy to do, just because once you start doing that, once you start using like the violins, it really changes the mood of the song and makes it that much more important that you have like good content in your text. And he takes on that challenge all the time. He's always using these like interesting instruments, like unorthodox sounds, and so it's also you think about it, he's like, I'm killing to the melody of the violin, like. He's murdering rappers as if it's something like relaxing, as if it's nothing. It's like you think of like a violin, the melody of a violin is super like calming, and it's like dinner music, So to him, killing rappers careers is nothing, At this point, it's nothing. Ich töte mit dem Alphagene zur Melodie der Geige. It's nice. It's such a nice line. It's been a while since he's had a good hook, and again, like I already said, it's been a while since he's had a really like sophisticated song like this in a while. It makes me so excited for this new album coming.
Auf dem Weg, den ich beschreite. Im Kampf gegen Hyänen ist ein Wolf an meiner Seite. 1000 Freunde, 1000 Feinde, ist im Endeffekt das Gleiche. Ich töte mit dem Alphagen zur Melodie der Geige. Meine Markenkleider sind von Star-Designern, wie die Digitalarbeit der NASA-Zeichner. Mimik und Durchdringung.
Meine Markenkleider sind von Star-Designer wie die Digitalarbeit der NASA-Zeichner. The flow is the flow is so good there, but he's saying in meine Markenkleider, my brand clothing, my name brand clothing, Markenkleider, sind von Star Designer, like star designers, like famous like designer, whatever, like Versace or whatever. I don't know anything about fashion. Wie die Digitalarbeit, wie the digital work von der NASA Zeichner. So here, what he's doing is playing with the word, and this is what he brings in English too, which is really impressive. He's playing with the word star designer, right? So if you think about it, you say, okay, star designer, like some designer who is a star, like everybody knows this person's name who makes clothing, but also, and then he says, wie die Digitalarbeit, wie the digital work of a NASA Zeichner, NASA artist, or NASA NASA artist. So you think about NASA, as a star, you think of a star designer from NASA. There are these computer images, like you Google like Milky Way galaxy, you have these computer digitalized images of these vibrant, colorful stars, you know. So he's comparing this. It's a wordplay. It's a wordplay. A star designer, like again with fashion, or whether it's like the digital representation of literally stars in the galaxy, and that's another theme he's always going after, which I love, is these like astronomical references. Again, he's just like kind of showing off his knowledge and his like versatility in his lyrics.
So wie Panzerstützpunktwände, zünd den Blunt an glühenden Pumpgun-Mündungsende. Feature ich dich dann, indem ich in deinem Treppenhausflur rumballer, weil ich noch Geschrei brauch für ne Adlib-Songspur. Verteilt Charts in Sekunden, Takten synchron zu den Regentropfen, die nachts in den dunklen Gassen von Dachrinnen runterprasseln. Flach wie ne Untertasse, wenn ich wieder mal eure Mütter fick. In jeder Lage ist egal, wie bei Rückwärtsschritt, nachdem sie...
Okay, this is another complicated one. I had trouble figuring this out. We said, flach wie eine Untertasse, okay, right off the bat, that's very straightforward. Untertasse, like under a tasse. A tasse is like a little plate. Flach, obviously you want the plate to be flat, so it's not moving around. You can put something and it's stable. So it says flach wie eine Untertasse, and then he takes it on totally in another gear. He says, wieder mal wenn ich eure Mutter fickt. He's like, when I again fuck your moms. Flach is slang for like, or it also means like you don't think twice about it. You don't think twice about what you're doing. So he's saying flach wie eine Untertasse. I'm not even thinking twice about it when I'm like fucking your mom. And then he says, in jeder Lage, so now still talking sexually, in jeder Lage is position, jeder is every, in every position, Lage ist egal, wie bei Rückwärtsschrift. So, literally, Lage ist egal. Egal means, in German, same. It means the same. So, let's just translate only half of the sentence. So he says, Lage ist means is, like that is. Lage is the same wie bei Rückwärtsschrift. Rückwärtsschrift means backwards writing. So he's saying Lage ist egal, the same. If you spell egal backwards, it's Lage. This is reminds me of a line Eminem had with that one song with Lil Wayne. Oh no, actually it was just solo song. He says love is evil. He said love is evil. Spell it backwards. I'll show you, or something like that. So if you spell like love backwards, it's like EVOL, evil. But here he gets every letter is right. Like Lage ist egal. Lage is same. But also he's saying in every position, every sexual position, I don't care. I don't even think twice about it. About what I'm doing to your mom. So again, just like it's like multi-layered wordplay. It's so complicated. It's so creative, and equally as offensive. Very impressive, Kollegah.
In seinem Loft fegte, sage sie, du bist ne Kanone im Bett, wieder ne Tag unterm Kopfkissen. Check, wie die Bossschritte über den Pantherteppich gehen. Der Panther ist noch am Leben, hat nur Angst, sich zu bewegen. Ey, ich hänge zwischen Kokospalmen.
Again, so he says, let's see what he says.
Über den Pantherteppich gehen. Kanone im Bett, wieder ne Tag unterm Kopfkissen. Check, wie die Bossschritte über den
Pantherteppich gehen. So he's saying, look how the boss goes over the panther. Look how the boss steps over the panther carpet. And then he says, what did he say? Der Panther ist noch am Leben. The panther's still alive. So he's saying, it's funny, he's actually trying to say how he's like, I guess he's like a fair guy, right? Because like to have a panther panther carpet or panther rug, like from the panther pelt, is illegal. And he's saying, hey, look how I step over the Pantherteppich, like I'm stepping over it. And he says, but the panther's still alive, like he didn't kill it. It's just not moving because it's afraid to move. Saying, now he's comparing, himself to this panther. This panther's this like massive predator, right, of the wild. But that predator is actually afraid of Kollegah, and so he's saying, I don't even have to kill illegally this panther to make a carpet because my presence is so intimidating to this like wild animal that I can have it just lay there and it'll look like a carpet anyway, while not committing some illegal, like breaking a law, because it's afraid of me. It's also really, it's just a cool line, man.
Ich hänge zwischen Kokospalmen und geb liegend deiner Pennerklicke Schrotschusssalve mit strengem Blick wie Horus.
Dude, what he's doing with these eggs though, I don't understand these. I guess he's like
mit strengem Blick wie Horusfalken. Meine Fußstapfen zu groß auf dem Weg, den ich beschreite. Im Kampf gegen Hyänen ist ein Wolf an meiner Seite. 1000 Freunde, 1000 Feinde ist im Endeffekt das Gleiche. Ich töte mit dem Alphagen zur Melodie der Geige. Meine Fußstapfen zu groß auf dem Weg, den ich beschreite. Im Kampf gegen Hyänen ist ein Wolf an meiner Seite. 1000 Freunde, 1000 Feinde ist im Endeffekt.
Worst technique ever. Look at this guy winding up. Oh, that was really bad. But I guess he's saying like, for sport he shoots like $1 million artifacts. That's what those things look like. Zoom out of this crazy house. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Alphagene II. So, Alphagene II comes out in December. I couldn't be more excited for that. Just based off of this song, the content, the wordplays. It's such a like. It's just, you see again how dynamic he can be. If you look at his older songs, or not his older songs, but like just other songs that he's had, like I really like Da Vinci Flow off of Hood Tape, which is so ridiculous. He can be so funny, he can be so serious, or he can be so like clever and smart. I really think he's the best. He's one of my favorite rappers, American or German. So I hope you guys like this video. Please, if you do like it, like it literally on YouTube, like it, subscribe. So it really helped me out. I really want to start doing this more frequently. If you guys, this is to Americans or Germans. If you have any suggestions of other songs you think like maybe I should talk about or look into or that I'd be interested in, please comment, make a recommendation. I would love to do something you guys want to see me do. And thanks for watching. Most of all, I'll see you guys soon. I'm looking forward to his next release. Hopefully that'll be my next video. But I know SSCO is also Zeal. He's got an album coming out as well. So I'm probably gonna do some of his stuff. Thank you guys. See ya.